Hello, my name's Brandon, and this is going to be my video on how to get a shiny raid den in Pokémon Sword and Shield. Full disclosure, before I get into this, this is my first video made primarily for YouTube, so please excuse poor editing, poor lighting, lack of professional editing, the mess in the background. I don't know how to do things yet. So I'm going to be breaking this down step by step. I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible, and I'm going to do it as quick as possible to not waste your time. In the description below, I'm going to put timestamps with each step so that if you know how to do something, you can just skip straight to what you need to know. Step 1. Choose your den. So obviously, you want to make sure that you're not picking a random den, you're getting the one that has the Pokemon you're looking for. All the dens, if you're not aware, are broken up by type. You can get a water den, electric den, so on and so forth. Cerebi, if you're not familiar with it, is a fantastic website. Again, I'll put the link for that in the description below. It has a breakdown of all the dens in the game, what's in them, and where they're located. On that same note, you want to check the red beam versus the purple beam, because the two beams are going to have different Pokemon in them. For example, the purple beams are the only ones that are going to have G-Max versions of Pokemon. So if you go to a den that has Sandaconda, the red beam will have the normal version, purple beam will have the G-Max. There's some other differences. You'll find more evolved Pokemon in purple beams. You'll get more Pokemon with hidden abilities in purple beams. Step 2. After you find the den, you want to catch the Pokemon. I am going for a dark den because I'm going to be hosting a shiny Zoroark on my stream. So this den here, this is a dark type den, right? So I'm going to throw in my wishing piece. You have to go into the den. You have to catch. This is a promoted raid. I don't want that. Let's try that again. So you want to throw in your wishing piece. You can do it with the NPCs. You can do it with real people. It doesn't make a difference. I personally do it with real people because we kill the Pokemon in the den faster. Doesn't make a difference. Cool. Carvanha. We need to catch this Carvanha. Goya, if you don't send in a Luxray, swear to God, dude. Cool. We beat it. Now we gotta catch it. Doesn't matter what ball you use. If you have a Master Ball, go for it. You're not gonna lose the ball. Alright, we caught Carvanha. We sent him to a box. Step 3. We need to trade with a bot. The bot is going to give you a seed number, and that number is going to tell you how far away this den is from being shiny. You probably don't understand what I mean by that at the moment. That's okay. We're going to get there. There's plenty of seed checking bots out there for Sword and Shield. If you just go on Google or on Reddit, you'll find a bunch. They're easy to find. The bot will give you a code. Do the trade. There it is. Okay, so now at this point, you'll do the trade with the bot. I picked the Carvanha. The bot canceled the trade. That is to make sure that the game does not save. Okay. Cool. I did not get the shiny den. I'm going to try again. Got a Zoroark over here. Gonna catch this bad boy. Again, it doesn't matter what ball you use, because you're going to get it back. Cool. Caught Zoroark. Nice. So I'm just going to explain it again one more time in case I do it better. At this point, after you catch them on, you're going to trade with a bot. That bot is going to give you a seed number. That seed number is going to tell you how far away this den is from becoming shiny. I'm going to explain exactly what that means later. But what you need to do now is trade with the bot. Alright, I got my code. Now the bot is going to cancel out the trade so the game doesn't save. And now it's going to give me my seed number. My number is 301. Perfect. That's amazing. So this is what the results from the bot is going to look like. It's going to give you a number. For me, it's 301. That's how many skips I have to do to find the shiny den. I'm going to show you exactly what a skip is. I'm going to explain all of this. And for me, it's going to be a star shiny den. So at this point, we're going to close the game. Like I said, you're going to get that ball back. The den is going to reappear, is the bottom line. That's what we need. We did that work to check and see how far the den away was from being shiny. We need to get it back. So you close the game, go back in. My den's there again. So at this point, you have to take your Switch and put it into handheld mode. So like you guys saw from the seed checking results, I'm 301 days away from having the shiny. Alright, step 5. We're going to do a little glitch with a link battle to put the game into a state that we can very rapidly skip through calendar dates without crashing the game. So at this point, you're going to connect to the internet, do a link battle, single battle. As soon as you see the text pop up at the bottom of the screen, you're going to airplane out. For anyone who's wondering, this is not going to affect your online stats. Since you're airplaning out before it ever happens, you're good. And you're going to see that blue little Pokeball appear on the screen. That means you did it right. After you do that, we are going to fly somewhere indoors. So I'm going to go to the dojo in the Fields of Honor. You need to go somewhere indoors where the weather is not being affected so that the game doesn't crash. Because we're going to be skipping the date very rapidly. So I'm going to go inside the dojo. And now I'm good. Now we're going to go into the settings of the Switch. We're going to go down to System, Date and Time. This is where the fun part begins. So my shiny frame was 301 days away. That's when my shiny is, on the 301st day. So what you want to do now is go into a date checker. If you just go on Google, type in date checker, the very first option that pops up is probably going to be dateandtime.com. That's what I personally use. You want to go in, go to add days. You can either put in today's date, the current date. Like for me, it's June 29th right now. You can either put in the current date, or what I do what Austin John's video suggests. I put the date to January 1st, 2020. I find it easier that way. It might just be a me being weird kind of thing, but then you type in the days to add. I got 301. I heavily recommend you guys subtract 10 at least always. So for me, for 301, I would type in 291. The reason being, if you overshoot, you'll be locked on one Pokemon in the den being shiny, or you might just overshoot by more than what you want. You might lose out on the den altogether. It's easy. This is a very easy process, but it's also very easy to mess up. So I recommend subtracting at least 10 from the number and then doing the process again, checking the den. I personally, for the sake of doing this video and doing this quickly, because I don't want to waste your time, I'm going to do the exact number I want. So 301, I'm going to subtract 4. I'm going to add 297. And I will explain when we actually get closer to the shiny why I'm doing 297 and not 301. So the date I'm trying to find is October 24th, 2020. Okay, so first I'm going to set my calendar back to January 1st, because that's how I do it. Now literally, all I'm going to do is add one day at a time, over and over and over again, until I get to the date that I want. A couple questions you're going to have. You get to January 31st, you accidentally hit the date button rather than the month, and you go back to January 1st. You didn't mess up. Just undo it. Just go back to the 31st, and then go to February 1st. You didn't mess up. You're totally fine. You're gold. If you go from the 1st to the 3rd, you accidentally skip twice, same thing. You're fine. It only counts as one skip. So just pull it back to the 1st, and then you can skip it back to you can go ahead again to the 2nd, and just keep going. Those mistakes are super easy to fix. They're barely mistakes at all. As long as you catch them, you can undo it real quick. Which is why I heavily suggest subtracting at least 10 days in case you do that and you don't realize, because it's very easy to do that. I do that myself all the time. So I probably should have subtracted 10 myself, but we'll see. I got confidence. 300 days is like nothing. The sweet spot is like, for me personally, it's I have no patience, so it's like around 1,000, 1,200. For most people, it's around 1,500 to 2,000. That's a good, doable amount. So you're going to be sitting here for a while, just tapping on your screen. So if you get like 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, those are just unrealistic. It's ridiculous. Don't do them. You look at those numbers and just do it again. Just try again. So now I've made it to my date. I'm at October 24th, 1:43 a.m. Time doesn't matter. Time does matter, actually. Don't let the day pass, or you'll screw yourself up. That'll add a day. I'm going to go back into my game. Have the screen flashed right there. That means you're doing it right. If you see that, you're doing good. If your skips are more than, say, 365, if you're doing past the year, you typically want to just check and just make sure around the end of every year. You can really do it at any point because it should always do the flash. Most people would tell you to do it at the end of the year, January 1st, or I guess the beginning of the year, I should say. My video's been ambushed, and my den is still here. I did everything right. Good. That would have been bad if I messed up for the video. I would have been upset. Oh my god! Oh. Anyway, what is it, 7? I think we're on step 7. You go back to the den and save. Now it's important that we save. We just did all that work. We did all the skips. We want to make sure that we don't have to do that again, right? So if you're smart, unlike myself, you subtracted 10 days like I said, and you want to do the process again. You want to catch the Pokemon, trade with the bot, check to make sure that you're about 10 days away. The bot will update you with the new number, and then same exact deal. Just close the game, reload the game, do the little battle glitch, go into the room, skip the last few days. That's just to make sure that you did it perfectly, no mistakes, because this is a long process. Obviously, you don't want to mess up, like I am doing, recording this video. After you did everything, depending on the bot you're using, you want to make it so that you're either 3 skips away or 4 skips away. My bot that I'm using right now, my shiny frame, like I showed you before, was 301 days. I subtracted 297, so that I'd be 4 away. When you're going into a den, the first 3 Pokemon that you encounter are always going to be locked. They'll always be the same exact thing. I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go into this den. First, I'm not on the internet. Perfect. So I'm going to go into this den, right? I am currently 4 skips away from my shiny Pokemon. The first 3 Pokemon are always going to be the same. So this Carvana is always going to be the first thing I see. So first I'm going to hit invite. I'm going to go back to my date settings here. I'm going to go 1 day. I'm going to go back to the game. I just did another skip. Same thing. Invite. We're going to do this 3 times. So this is skip number 2. He's always going to be the one I see the second time. Skip. Boom. Back into the game. Nice. Now for the final skip. Why is your name escaping me? I know what you are. You're ugly. Can't remember your name. And we're gonna skip. Alright. So if I did this right, this next Pokemon that I'm about to encounter will be shiny. Hopefully I did this right. The reason we do skips, the first 3 are going to be locked. The 4th one is the shiny. The reason that we do it like that is the 4th one is random. So if you want access to all of the Pokemon in the den, all of the Pokemon that are in there shiny, so for this den, for example, we have Zorua, Zoroark, Drapion, that ugly one that I can't remember the name of. It literally just popped, Malamar. There it is. If you want access to all of them, you want to do it this way. First 3 will be locked, 4th one will be random. You can roll through. When people say they're rolling the den, this is what they mean. They're rolling through the Pokemon so that they can get a different one shiny. I was actually looking for Zorua. This is perfect. That's the one I want to host. I'm going to save the game. When you save it again, you are locking the game. When you save it in front of the shiny, you can no longer roll. So if you want to continue rolling, do not do this. I'm going to save. God, I hope this is shiny. Pretending that you don't get the Pokemon you're going for on your very first attempt, what you would want to do is obviously just close the game, reopen it. That's why we saved in front of the den. You save, whenever you reopen it, you're going to be that 3 skips away. So you just do that every time, that process of skipping the 1, 2, 3, and then getting the 4th one being the shiny. You can just keep closing and reopening until you get what you want. And just like that, I did not get my shiny. Amazing. And that, boys and girls, is why you subtract 10 days. I tried to do that fast for the sake of making this video fast. Always check. Don't be like me. Can't believe I did that. Am I 1 away? Please let me be 1 away. I swear to God, it's gonna... Oh, do not do this. Oh, don't give me a shiny Malamar. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. No! I wanted Sarua all that work. This is why you check, so you don't end up like me. Well, there you have it. That's how you get a shiny then. Always make sure, don't follow my mistake, that you check to make sure it's shiny before you save. That was my crucial error here. I could have saved that. Oh well. I have a shiny Malamar now. I cannot tell you how upset I am. I can't believe I messed that up. I hope I helped someone out with this. This is going to feel weird saying. If you liked the video, like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, you know the drill. I'm going to be trying to make videos more often. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and a lot of people have been asking me to make this video, so I figured I might as well start with it. Until next time, I'll see you later.